Hey everybody, how you guys doing? So we got another episode of looking at Elsword's Discord suggestions, but this time somebody actually gave me some suggestions to look at in the last video. But yeah, as I said before, feel free to ask me to look at certain suggestions and want them answered, or just want me to look at them. So we got here, I was told to look at suggestion 1379. Here we go. So 1379, make Kaching cheaper for Gaia INT. That's an interesting one because I get it, right? So the population is small, and I've heard people complain about this like plenty. So the population is smaller, meaning that there's less of a influx of cash items in like the pool, if that makes sense. So if you have less people, then you have less people caching, and because less people are caching, then you have less of these cash up items in the pool, like ice burners, coralite seeds, etc., etc., etc. So the way it works in NA is really good because we have a pretty healthy player base. There's a lot of players putting in like cash up items in the board so they can get ED because ED is such a valuable resource. It seems, I guess there's just an issue with INT because of the lack of players and so the lack of cashers, that not many people or not enough people are buying these cash up items and reselling them on the board for ED, that it kind of creates as healthy as an kind of economy as NA has. It's hard for me to answer this one though because it is an INT question, so it's really up to your INT players to actually analyze your economy and be like, yeah, it needs this, or yeah, it doesn't need it. But the best I can say is I can understand the point of view that this statement is coming from about cheaper Kaching from Gaia, because I understand the concept of like, you know, if not that many people are buying it, or it's higher because of what is it? What's it called when currency isn't exactly equal like across the way? Oh my goodness, what is it called? No, somebody tell me in the comments. Oh my goodness, that's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. You guys know what I mean though. You guys know what I mean. Like a US dollar, it would be like a lot more somewhere else or a lot less somewhere else. That concept. It's just, someone please tell me in the comments. But essentially that also might be an issue. So yeah, that's unfortunately that's as much as I can say because I don't fully understand the INT server. But you know, if it's such an issue that people like almost can't get like cash up items that cost that much ED, then I could see that the suggestion going through. But yeah. Next we got 1729. Make pet expedition jellies tradable. It's kind of a small thing. I mean, yeah, why not? It's not that much big. It ain't that big of a deal. Pet expedition is very irrelevant for most people once you're done pet training. Like once you get your pet to 3,000 points, not many people do pet training after that, just because fishing is a lot more important. Like fishing is just too powerful. Levels are too powerful in comparison to these pet training things that don't matter that much after you get 3,000 points. So yeah, why not? Why not? Alright, and that's all the ones that were suggested to me. Again, please suggest ones to me if you want me to answer certain questions or look at certain suggestions and stuff. So again, I'm going to go to the recent ones, just because I think those are always the most relevant. So suggestion 1740. To be able to finish quests even when inside a dungeon? Nah, I don't think that's necessary. Because like, what reason would you have to do that? Because I guess if there was a 2-part quest, right? And you forgot to clear the first part before starting the dungeon again, I feel like that's your mistake because you forgot to clear it. I think just own up to your mistake and just be like, okay, I gotta do this again. I guess I understand it would be annoying, but I don't see a point of being able to clear in the dungeon. And I feel like that might open the door for some type of manipulation or some type of glitch somewhere. So, I don't know. I feel like the benefit's small, and it might unintentionally create some problems. Then we got suggestion 1739, and I came here to show it off, is make resonance potions stack and be used all at once. So, for those of you who don't know, if you exchange for resonance potions here, I'll just show it off. Let's do like 13. They are all completely separate, which I guess makes sense because they all have different numbers, but even then, the own individual numbers don't stack together Like, yeah, we have two 5% here. I cannot stack two 5% together, and it's like, why? Why can I not? And then you can also only use them one by one. It's really annoying. So yeah, I completely agree with this. Make resonance potions stack and be used all at once. Yeah, please. If anything, even if you can't use them, make use all at once. Just at least let them stack. If I have two 5%, put them together. You know. So we got suggestion 1738. Make us able to socket Mystic Stones in the special slot on Void Weapon as well. That is only available for Flames of Judgment and above should be available for Void Weapon. Void legendary item and should be a special weapon. Should be socketed. FOJ requires +9 enhancement using special slots. Setting a requirement for Void as well would be appropriate as players would first get +10 enhancement to unlock the benefits. I think this is unnecessary, completely unnecessary. The other half of the Mystic board is what makes FOJ FOJ. It's what makes it as strong. It's what makes it stronger than Void Weapon. It is that much stronger that a +9 Void Weapon compared to a +10 FOJ. The +10 FO, I mean, if the I said that wrong. Pedal back. +9 Void. I mean, +9 FOJ, +10 Void. The +9 FOJ can be stronger based solely on the Mystic board if you have perfect Mystics. That's what makes it so powerful. If FOJ lost that advantage, it wouldn't be as strong, which isn't the point of FOJ. FOJ's point is to be stronger than Void, so it would lose that. It would lose the point of it, essentially. Also, you need +9 for FOJ. So yeah, I completely disagree with this because that's the point of FOJ, to be that much stronger than Void Weapon. Also, FOJ is not even that hard to get. Like, come on, dude. Suggestion 1739. Add small wooden/stone dolls in normal/boss and defense on and off in free training. Yeah. I mean, yeah, more options in free training to just test your damage is fine. Yeah, just very simple. Nothing more that needs to be said about that, I feel. So we got suggestion 1736. Simple suggestion that's kind of easier to implement than 1706. By the way, I checked 1706. I think this person put the wrong number in. You know, because 1706 is just like, make a title for blacksmith profession that increases stat of gear by 5% when using a title. Like, I don't know what that has to do with 1736. But 1736 says, simply give us more item drop rate and more EXP events to compensate for what KR gets. We somewhat get a decent amount of EXP events, but we should get more since KR can get it whenever they want through PC cafes. However, item drop rate events are very, very rare, which doesn't make sense, and it's not even an abusive event with how much item drop rate we run normally. Due to the lack of item drop rate events and the implementation of systems like Reforging, Imprinting Synergy, House, ED Contract, all of which consumes massive amounts of ED, the economy is dying because people aren't making enough excess to put it back, and it's due to the lack of item drop rate events that boost ED drops like they have in KR. So, first of all, I kind of want to heavily disagree with the idea that the economy is dying, because the reason I say that is people sell items from the cash shop at a deficit just to get ED faster, and so my prime example for that is Coralite Seeds. Ice Burners usually sell for around 20 to 25 million ED, and just in general rates are usually like 25 to 30 million per 100 ED. Coralite Seeds, however, sell usually for like around 16 mil. Like sometimes it goes up to 18, sometimes it can go down to 15. Why would people sell something that's a similar costing item? It's 100 mil, just like Ice Burners are. Why would they sell that for less? The reason why they sell that for less is because it sells faster, and ED is so valuable that they think it's worth to sell it at that point, which it is. You know, ED is definitely amazing. So if ED was weak, then people wouldn't sell it for that low. They would sell it for a lot higher because the economy is bad. So I think the economy is doing fine because ED is so valuable. You know, ED is such a valuable thing, and it's very accessible to a lot of people. Like you don't need only drop rate to make ED. There's PvP. You can do PvP to make apples and fighter pots. You can do Hinera weeklies. Hinera weeklies get you a lot of that. Void Dungeon as well, even though I know Void Dungeon is affected by drop rate, but only special drop rate. So you can do Void Dungeon as well. There's Sinister Intent as well, so with those accessories. There's plenty of ways to make ED that doesn't have to do with item drop rate. But now to talk about what they're actually talking about is the idea between KR and NA. Here's the problem though, and it's funny that you bring up PC banks, PC cafes in KR. That is a big part of the KR server, and unfortunately, KR doesn't want NA to be like on equal levels in terms of, in a sense that KR players would leave the KR server and go to NA server because it's better than the KR server. NA server can't be better than KR server in terms of the benefits that it provides, because we used to have the PC bang. I've talked about this before. We used to have the PC cafe buff. It was viable in the ED shop. It was viable in the cash shop, and we could just get the buff. KR didn't like that, so we had to take that away eventually. So same thing here. We just can't offer this same or better benefits that KR has. That's why I guess we're talking about this item drop rate events. They would like more item drop rate events. We just can't do that, unfortunately. We just can't do that because we can't have better benefits than KR has, because then KR players would start playing NA. However, I would say it would be cool, and I think both NA and KR should do this. This should be an Elsword thing. I think on the weekends, if they bolstered certain dungeons or certain categories with drop rate, and it doesn't even have to be double drop rate, it could just be increased drop rate, I think that would be a really good thing for the game, because it would encourage people to play, and it's almost just like, if I don't play during this time, I'm going to miss out kind of thing. And it doesn't even have to be that crazy, right? So I think like every weekend they could give like a specific area or a specific dungeon like a drop rate increase, you know what I mean? So let's say this upcoming weekend is coming up, right? So this upcoming weekend is coming up. Let's say there's 1.5 increased drop in 3 random Master Road dungeons, right? And let's say next weekend, Varnamir has 1.5 increased drop rate. You know, it's just like, okay, Varnamir drop rate increase. Not counting the raids. I'm not counting the raids here. I'm just talking about the normal dungeons, because those have good accessories and Mystic Stones. And then let's say the weekend after that, let's say Prunam dungeons, not counting the raids, have 1.5 increased drop rate. I think that'd be a really good idea, because it would bolster certain play of certain dungeons. Over the weekend especially is when a lot of people have their free time. And I think just more people will be playing the game. And it's just like more drop rates, people want to play the game and things like that. I think that psychologically, that's just a smart thing to do, is bolster play. And it doesn't have to be everywhere, it just has to be certain dungeons. And like, so people can be like, okay, I'll wait for this weekend when this buff comes. And I think it would be really nice. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. It is unfortunate that we don't get the same benefits that KR does, but, you know, that's just how these things go. Alright, well, that's it for me, guys. I've been talking on long enough. If you got suggestions for me you want me to look at, please send them my way. Just tell me the suggestion number in the comments. Hit me up in my Discord, all that good stuff. As you can see right here, I'm almost at the followers I need to get the face reveal on my Twitch. The number on the screen is actually different. We're actually at, let me check right now. On Twitch, I am at, let's see. I am at, sorry, page is loading. Yeah, I'm at 1,939. So doing a little math here, 1,939. So we need 88 more people. 88 more people. If 88 more people follow me on Twitch, then this goal is met. And then face reveal will happen, and I have a special stream planned for that. So I hope you can come on down to my Twitch whenever I stream. I try to stream almost every single day, if possible. You know, sometimes I can't do it. And of course, every Sunday there is the podcast 2.5 Crows happening, of course, this Sunday as well, 9 p.m. EST. Come on down. But that is it for me. Hope you guys had a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.